I am Nichole, the hair artist, and the name of my salon is Bouncing and Behaving Hair Studio, home of the Bounce Styles. I realized that being a hairstylist was my passion probably when I was a child. Um, Playing with dolls, the only dolls I wanted to play with, they had to have hair. My cousin would dress them up and I would do their hair. Barbies didn't have too much hair, but I still would put Vaseline and whatever in it just to doll them up a little extra. I've owned the salon for 13 years now. I was doing hair for about 8 years and I started getting bored with doing hair. And I remember telling my coworker that I wanted to do something different, but I didn't want to just cop out and go work for the post office or just do something that just didn't make sense in what I had in me, which was being creative. I wanted to still be in the beauty world and somehow be creative. And she came to me one day and said, "Hey, they're looking for hairstylists for Philly Fashion Week." And I was like, okay, let me check it out. So I went and I contacted the lead hairstylist for Philly Fashion Week at the time. And he just was like, "Come on in." And I went and we were down to the wire, doing hair, backstage, changing hairstyles. Last minute, we had 30 seconds before they went on to the walkway, and we're changing hairstyles. We're giving them a whole nother look before they go out. That was invigorating. Okay, so I just was like, this is it. Like, I need more of it. I need more just behind the scenes, anything behind the scenes as far as the hair industry is concerned. I want to be there. And so I started to seek it out. That first season that I participated in Philly Fashion Week was at the Crane Arts Building in Philly. I ended up staying on for about 7 seasons. I went back every year, every season. What really helped it stand apart for me was that when I first did it, I remember we had a break. And this is just behind the scenes, working with models. I think we had, typically for Philly Fashion Week, I'm not sure exactly how it is now, but we would have about 50 models. And it would be about maybe 10 hairstylists in the back. And there's a lead hairstylist basically making sure that we do what the vision is. And I remember having a break and a few of the other hairstylists just came over to me and they were like, "You're really good." And I had been working mostly by myself. I would have a hairstylist working with me here and there. Some would come and go because, the industry is pretty rough. Good help is hard to find. And I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that I was as good as I was. I knew that I could do hair. I knew that my clients kept coming back. And, it helped the bills keep being paid. But for them to throw something that's different, just something that you wouldn't do in a salon at me, and to be able to execute it and just knock it out like that, it was so much fun for me. It was just fun. And the other stylists were just like, "No, you're really good." So I continued because it was an extra fire. So when I actually did come back to the salon, I had all this energy. My clients were just as excited as I was, because when you bring that back, whatever your energy is, they're going to pick it up. So me being excited about what I'm doing because I got that fuel somewhere else, it just helped intensify my salon life. So I wasn't leaving. I wasn't going anywhere. I was here to stay. So originally, Bounce Styles, I created Bounce Styles in 2012. I was being asked because, runway started to be my passion. So I was being asked to lead different runway shows. And in that, I created Bounce Styles. Bounce Styles is a way to gather other hairstylists, other creatives, and giving them an outlet to do exactly what I was able to do, just to be able to be refueled and to do something that you're not going to normally do in the salon, and to be able to get out, to really be able to pour out that passionate, that creative side that you might not get doing the regular shampoo, blow dry, a root touch up color. You're going to get to do that crazy avant-garde style with working with bounce styles. So we just started to just assemble more stylists and work together and be able to grow together and travel doing hair. Women empowerment is I don't think that it's something that is necessarily should be a movement. I think that it's something that should be natural, because we're all women, and why wouldn't we want other women to do well? Why wouldn't we want others to succeed? It just makes sense. I realized that the more you share, the more you grow. I want to grow. So, it could be a selfish thing, but I want to be able to grow. And I know that if those around me are growing too, we're all going to go up together. We can go way faster together. We can't do it by ourselves. So after doing Philly Fashion Week, I ended up working in New York and getting more opportunities in New York. And I would be in New York and say, I really want to bring some of my Philly friends out here. This is New York Fashion Week became a dream once I stepped into Philly Fashion Week. And New York is a part of the Big Four. So there's New York, there's Milan, there's London, and there's Paris. So that's just the first step. And I just will always say, I can't wait to be able to get the opportunity to take others with me. I want them to see this. It's so cool. It's so much fun. And it's a lot of work, but it's amazing. So one day I was given the opportunity and I jumped right on it. And it turned into something way bigger than I could have ever imagined. This past season, I was able to recruit about 200 hairstylists and makeup artists to do New York Fashion Week. So I've been working with New York Fashion Week for the past, I would say, 3 to 4 years. And I've gotten the opportunity to recruit for the past almost 2 years. The opportunity is endless for New York Fashion Week, because you never know who you're going to meet. If the show is big, if the show is small, you have absolutely no idea how the day is going to end up. You could meet Stevie Wonder, it could be endless. You could meet your next investor. You can meet anyone. So it just creates an outlet that can create the most endless possibilities. And it just makes you think about yourself and your life differently. It makes you realize that you can do anything. You can create whatever it is you've been, putting off to create. Or you can, probably meet that person that you've been looking at on TV for months, or you could work for that company, or whatever it is. It's possible because you have a direct route to endless possibilities. So that's pretty much what it does for me. I took a course called Mastered, and Mastered showed me the world. Mastered helped me realize that it was more than just Philadelphia, more than just the United States. Mastered showed me that I could be connected to someone on the exact opposite of the world, meaning Japan. I could go anywhere. So after working with them, I ended up collaborating or taking their course. I collaborated with them, and the and created an event. So the basis of the event was collaborating, because once I realized how important collaboration was, I was able to take that to a whole nother level. So even traveling to Japan, I was able to collaborate with other artists, and each artist that we ended up collaborating with were from different parts of the world. And there might have been even a language barrier, but we were able to come together, create a crazy dope shoot. Something that I would have never even dreamed of, but working with people from all parts of the world will create something just so beautiful that, you know, it came out great. The collaboration was something that I wanted to show others around me that collaborating could take you far. This was a concept that I had been working with, and it was taking me places. So the collaboration, we pulled 5 teams of hairstylists, makeup artists, designers, stylists, photographers together, and I gave them one theme, and they were to work together, create a photo shoot, create a video, and we ended up coming together for one event. So it was their supporters, my supporters. We put it all together, and we recreated it in the fashion exhibit. So it may have been something that hadn't been done before, but the purpose of it was to show people that it doesn't have to be a clique situation, or you don't have to be closed off from anyone if you guys have similar passions, and it's so much that you can learn from someone else. And that event was maybe 2 years ago. I see so many relationships that were formed from that. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing feeling. So coming from behind the chair to me means opening up your mind to be able to do whatever creatively that you choose to do, and knowing that it's endless. One of my messages that I wanted to share with other artists or other girls that are going to hair school, and a lot of the times the dream is, okay, so I'm going to go to school and I'm going to open a salon. But my message is that it doesn't have to be just that. There are so many more things when it comes to being a hairstylist or an artist, working on movie sets and doing TV shows, videos, and it's just so much more to the creative world. And don't put yourself in a box and thinking that you have to stay 9 to 5 working behind a salon chair all day long. There are so many more things that are out there. Like Kiana is doing PR for other hairstylists. Like that's amazing, because you realize that there's a need. There are so many more outlets out there that need to be filled, and it's up to us individually to fill them. You can't wait for somebody else to do it, because we are the somebody else's. So it's our jobs, it's our duties to do more and see more.
Coming from behind the chair is not just a thing, it's a movement. It's a vehicle that barbers, stylists, and makeup artists use every day to get to the other side. What I mean by the other side is to the other side of the industry. Take Nichole, for instance, a salon owner for 15 years, but for the last 4 years, she leads a beauty team for New York Fashion Week. Or Fahim, a salon owner for 22 years, who travels twice a week to New York to take his talents to the Jimmy Fallon show. Or Chuck Styles, a barber who went from carving designs in his haircuts to painting portraits on a canvas. In the beauty industry, we need to do things to keep our flame lit. We all